Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Tigers franchise mode here in MLB The Show 21. So in last episode, we simulated the rest of the season, and we managed to win our division, as you could see, and we are going to be taking on Baltimore in the ALDS. The winner of the series will go on to face either Toronto or Texas, which should be pretty interesting. And then currently in the NL, you do have Washington and Cincinnati playing, San Francisco and Colorado. Colorado's the better of the two teams in terms of that matchup because Colorado won over 100 games, but they are trailing this year's currently 1-0. So yeah, they're probably the toughest team in the NL to actually beat if we get to a World Series final against them. I think in terms of the AL, we might be able to get to get past all these teams that are still left in there because Baltimore, Toronto, they were kind of decent teams, especially Toronto. But Texas was a below 500 team, but they won their division, which is pretty crazy. So I definitely think we would be able to beat Texas if Texas somehow beats Toronto. But more than likely, the case is we're going to be facing Toronto in the next round if we get past Baltimore, which is going to be another tough task because Toronto has knocked us out the last few years, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, there's that. Before we actually get started with the playoff simulation, I have to show you guys the roster again, but I will also show you guys again just in case you forget. There was an injury to Gary Hara near the end of the season, so he is going to be missing the playoffs. He's out 1 to 2 months with a broken forearm, which is a huge loss for our offense, obviously, because Gary Hara is a guy that gets on base a lot. He also picks up a decent amount of RBIs and all that type of thing. Like, he didn't have as strong of a year as he did last year, but still a big blow to our offense. But our offense was still one of the best in the league during the regular season, so I think that should be good for us still, even though without Gary Hara, because we do have good bench players that are going to get more of an opportunity in the playoffs. Now let's quickly show you guys the roster again in case you do not remember as well, because you might not have watched all of last episode, I don't know. But the Baltimore Orioles, their pitching rotation is pretty solid. You got Moran, you got Enlo, Cedeno, Malone, who's a 95 overall, which is pretty crazy, and Omar Rivera. Malone didn't have the greatest outing in terms of the wild card games, so I believe he's not going to be starting till Game 4, which is pretty nice. So there's that. And then our bullpen is not that great in terms of overall, but these guys might be underrated players. Who knows? They do have a good closing pitcher. And yeah, that's pretty much what their pitching rotation and bullpen looks like. As for their lineup, it's a little bit of a different lineup than what we've seen from other teams in the playoffs before. As you can see right here, they do have some really good players in terms of overalls, but it's not like there's anything fantastic in overall wise except for Jose Devers because he's a 93. But pretty much everybody else is a lower overall really than the rest of our players, but these guys do have good contact hitting, so we can't underestimate them, especially guys like Garrett Estrada, who has got really good contact hitting. Now I was looking at how they did in terms of the regular season, in terms of like how they're ranked and all that stuff. So you can see for us, we're ranked 1st in contact, 3rd in power, 9th in pitching, 23rd in defense, 17th in speed. While we go over to a team like the Orioles, who went to the wildcard game, they're ranked 21st, but they do have good contact, and they have the best speed in the playoffs, I think, other than probably Colorado, I would assume, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, the Rockies. Yeah, the Rockies were a faster team, so basically Baltimore is a very fast team, and that's one thing we got to worry about is keeping them off base because they can steal bases pretty easily. So yeah, we should be able to still beat them though because we do have better contact power, pitching, and even better defense than them. So I think we should be able to knock them out. And we are technically the best team that is left in the AL. So I think we should be able to beat most of these teams. Now the Blue Jays will probably cause us problems, but hopefully we could beat them as well if we get to face them again. And then if we go to the World Series this year, which I don't know if it's going to be the case, it's going to be a tough team regardless, probably in the finals. Like I feel like it more than likely will be the Rockies considering they won 101 games. Now the Dodgers did lose in the wild card game to the Giants, which is kind of a big surprise. So the Giants could knock out the Rockies, you never know. So there is that. But anyways, let's get into this ALDS against Baltimore and see if we could get to the ALCS again like we did last year. I'm really hoping we could go to a World Series this year. But let's make sure our lineup is good to go. I am going to take Brandon Marsh out, though, against right-handed pitchers and throw in Rick Plummer because Rick Plummer's got good contact hitting and better contact hitting against right-handed pitchers. So I'm just going to make that subtle little change. I did that during the regular season for a bit, and then Plummer got injured, but I would like to give Plummer a little bit more of an opportunity in the playoffs just because he's got really good contact hitting. And, then Brandon Marsh will be against left-handed pitchers. That's just because currently Gary Harris is still out with his injury, right? So anyways, that is good to go. And in our pitching rotation, we will start Chauncey for game 1. Now, Chauncey's not a great playoff performer, it seems like, as of last year at least. So I'm hoping for a big game from him. Then we'll run with David Jordan, Dennis Tucker, Scott James, who had a really good season actually this year, 16-3. And then Charlie Selby. Now, I could always actually, maybe I'll go Casey Mize instead. Yeah, I'll go Casey Mize instead as the 5th man. I could always change him and Selby around, but Casey's dropping off a lot, so I might have to trade him away in the offseason. And then there is the rest of our bullpen. So anyways, let's get into game number 1, because I've already been talking for a decent amount of time, and see if we can knock out Baltimore, which we should be able to do, I would say. So, view today's games. It is a 7:05 start, so not an afternoon game, which is good because most teams are not good during the afternoon. We were good in all areas, really, though. So, it's Chauncey versus Moron. Let's see what happens. We will go to play game. And yes, and we will go to quick manage. Yes, there we go. That's good to go. Yeah, they finished 84-78, and they had a 5 ERA. It doesn't show what... Actually, no, the 5 ERA is from their wildcard game, I think. So they didn't play that great in the wildcard game, but they still won because of their offense. So there is that. Good to go. Robbie Harvey had a really good season. He won the MVP, so I'm expecting some big stuff from Robbie Harvey in the playoffs this year as well. So we are going to start Chauncey for game 1, and we will leave the lineup the way we have it, which looks pretty good. Now, they do have Castro in as the catcher over, Bronson Bonner, but I think that actually makes sense because Castro actually has really good contact hitting, and he has been hitting really well since being thrown into the lineup, so I will leave him in the lineup, I think, instead. Yeah, I think I'll leave him in the lineup instead. So that is good to go, and we are ready for baseball. So let's sim through each half inning and just go through this kind of quickly at first. And then we will have to start making some in-game decisions. So let's go through this first and see what happens. They get 2 runs already, which is not good on 2 hits. So once again, Chauncey's not off to a great start, but our offense bounces back, which is great to see that. I didn't expect us to score 2 runs early either. But this might be a high-scoring game considering these 2 teams are really good at contact hitting, and we're good at power as well, though, but they aren't really. Let's see what happens in the second, and we got more hits, which is good, but we do not lead yet still. Let's continue going through the third. We get 1 to get the lead, which is great. We have 5 hits as well through 3 innings, which is also really good. I'd like to see that our offense is going better than it has in the past. Let's see what happens in the fourth, and wow, we're going to score another 2 runs, and we are up 5-2, and we're out hitting them 9-2, so this is a really good game so far from our offense. And Chauncey's playing decently since his first inning. 5th inning, they get a couple more hits, but they don't score anything. We get another hit, but we don't score anything. I think I'll go Chauncey for maybe like 1 or 2 more innings. And Chauncey's going to give up 2 runs, which is not good. We're up 5-4. They have 7 hits now, so they are actually getting a decent amount of hits. I think next inning I will take out Chauncey and put in a reliever. Okay, let's see what happens for us in the 6th. We are not going to score anything. We're still up by 1 run. We are going to make a pitching change, and I think we are going to bring out Selby. Do I want to go Selby? They are playing their lineup against right-handed pitchers, which they don't have a lot of right-handed batters. So I think, yeah, I'm going to throw out Charlie Selby for this, since he's a left-handed pitcher. Charlie is going to give up a run, and this game is tied. That's not good. We need our bullpen to be performing a little bit better. It's a 5-5 game. We're out hitting him 10-8. We've been a little bit quiet since that 4th inning, which I don't really like. 7th inning for us, we get 1 run of our own, and we are up 6-5. Out hitting them now 11-8. That's good to see that we bounce back. 8th inning, they get 1 run to tie it right back up. Man, this is a really good offensive game for both teams. I don't really like that our defense is playing bad, but our defensive rankings aren't that great, so 8th inning for us. We aren't going to get anything, and it's a 6-6 game going into the 9th. God damn. We're going to quick sim through this for Baltimore. I'm going to keep Selby in for now, I think. Or I could always change him. Let's see what happens. And okay, he gave up a hit, but nothing scored. Now we look to win the game on the bottom of the 9th. Robbie Harvey's up to bat. He's had a great game so far. He swings and he strikes out. Carmen Nunez up so far. He's 0 for 3, which is not that great. I could always take him out. Who do we got the pinch hit him with? And not really anybody. I mean, Fernando Valdez could play third base. You know what? We're going to put out Fernando Valdez. Fernando Valdez coming off as a pinch hitter. Let's see if he can get this game won. He reaches on an error. That's nice. Good start. Brandon Marsh up. We will get him to swing, and he's walked. There's 2 men on base. Valdez is in scoring position for Alberto Vargas, who's actually off to a pretty good start this game. He swings, and there's a pitching change. Come on, Vargas. Swings and double play. That is terrible. And we go to the 10th inning, where I think I will keep Charlie Selby in for now. But I want him to be too tired, actually, so I might make a substitution. Actually, wait, are we still up to bat? No, I gotta make a substitution, or a pitching change. That's what I need to do. I will throw out... let's go with Diego Corona now, but he's our closer. Actually, no, he's not really our closer. He's a setup guy. So we'll use him, and then maybe Chavez could close out the game if it goes to another inning. Let's bring in Diego, see what he could do. Let's go through this inning, and they're not going to score anything. That's perfect. Rick Plummer's up to bat. He's 0 for 3. I will keep him in, though. He gets a single. He can steal pretty easily, so we'll get him to steal second, and he does steal second, which means we do have a man in scoring position with no outs, which is huge. Castro is up to bat. Let's get him to swing, and he flies out. That's not good. Luis Garcia up to bat, swings, and he strikes out. Oh, no, now we have 2 outs and a guy in scoring position. Come on, Mark Sullivan up to bat. Let's get him to swing, and he flies out. Damn, we had a guy in scoring position with no outs, and we just blew it. Let's keep Corona in for now because he's got energy still. Let's go through this inning. He doesn't give up anything. That's perfect. Cortez is up to bat. He grounds out. Man, this is a long game. We're in the 11th inning and nobody's scoring still. Robbie Harvey up. He singles. Valdez swings and he pops up. Oh my god. Brandon Marsh swings and he flies out. Wow, this is a really tough game. Like for a game 1 going to 12 innings. This is going to be a long series maybe. We'll keep Corona in again still for now, and it's still 6-6. Alberto Vargas up the bat. Pitching change. Arnold Hall comes in. He doubles. Vargas with that double. That's a huge double. Rick Plummer is going to swing, and he grounds out. Come on. Alex Castro swings, and he strikes out. Oh my god. Can we please get a guy home with a man in scoring position? Garcia swings, and he grounds out as well. We're going to keep Diego Corona in. And once again, he has another really good inning. Diego Corona is playing fantastic, but man, this is a really tough game. Mark Sullivan up to bat. He strikes out. Eduardo Cortez up to bat. He singles. Okay, that's good. Robbie Harvey swings, and he strikes out. Valdez swings, and he walks, so a man is in scoring position with 2 outs. Brandon Marsh up. He strikes out. We're going to the 14th inning. This might be our longest playoff game yet. I think it is. Okay, Diego, you're going to stay in again. And once again, he doesn't give up anything at all. Damn, Diego Corona is fantastic so far as a setup man. Okay, Arnold Hall pitching against Alberto Vargas. He swings. He grounds out. Plummer swings. Singles. I feel like everybody's going to use their entire bullpens in this game or something almost. Castro up for us, and he flies out. Garcia up, flies out. And we're going to the 15th inning. Are you kidding me? How long is this game going to go? Nobody has scored since the 8th. Corona is not going to give up anything again, but he is going to have to get replaced probably next inning, which sucks. Because we might not be able to use him actually for next game. I might have had to... I should have probably replaced him, but whatever. Mark Sullivan up to bat. He's not been great so far. We might actually have to pinch hit for him. Mark Sullivan plays DH. I could bring in Montenegro. Yeah, I'm going to bring in Montenegro. Why not? Montenegro is going to come in as a DH. He swings, and there's a pitching change, of course. Swings, and he gets a solo walk-off home run. What a huge walk-off for Montenegro, and we win 7-6 in the 15th inning. What a crazy game. We had 17 hits, and we only get 7 runs, and we win 7-6. Brandon Marsh is the player of the game with 3 for 6 record, 2 runs, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and a base on balls. So really good performance from Brandon Marsh, but we finally won that game. Diego Corona gets credited with the win, he had 11 strikeouts in 6 innings. Jeez. That's almost like 6 perfect innings, I think. Man, that's really good. Okay, so we win a crucial game 1. That's ridiculous. Let's sim through date and get on to game number 2. But now our pitching players are going to be a little bit tired. Corona might not get the play next game because he's tired. We actually have him as our closer, which is interesting now. I mean, we could always use Chavez as a setup guy, and Corona might be ready to go as a closer again. There's also Franco. Okay, so oh yeah, they moved Chauncey down, which is good. David Jordan to start game number 2 as we look to take a 2-0 series lead after what was a really crazy game number 1. So 1:05 Eastern Standard Game time start. So we have an afternoon game here in the playoffs. Let's see what happens in game number 2. And we will go to quick manage, see if we can take a 2-0 series lead. Hopefully this game isn't one of those ones that go to 15 innings, because I don't want my guys being really tired for next round if we get to next round, which I feel like we should probably. So David Jordan going to start the game, and we are going to keep the lineup the same. Okay, here we go. Game number 2, still on home field. Let's see what happens throughout the first few innings. They get 1 run on 2 hits, and we don't get anything. We do get 1 hit, though, which is good. But not a great start for David Jordan. Let's just go through this a little bit quickly. They have already 4 hits in 2 innings. Yikes. David Jordan's off to a little bit of a bad start. He might not play super long into this game. And we need our offense to get going because we only have 1 hit so far as well. Come on, boys. There we go. We tie the game up, and we tie the game up in hits as well. It's a 1-1 game going into the 4th with 4 hits apiece. 4th inning now. We go up 2-1. Let's go. I'll take that for sure. 5th inning, they aren't going to get anything really going. 5th inning for us, we are still up 2-1. 6th inning, they tie the game at 2 apiece. 6th inning for us, and we take the lead with 4 runs in the 6th. That's a huge inning for us. We're up 6-2 now. David Jordan's still pretty good energy-wise, so we're going to keep him in for now. Still up 6-2. Still up 6-2 going into the 8th. They get 2 runs to make it a 6-4 game. That's a little scary. 8th inning for us. We don't get anything. Still up by 2 runs. David Jordan. Should I go for the complete game? No, I'm going to make a pitching change and bring out, where is his name? Chavez. Might as well use Chavez for a game. Pitches, strike out. Nice. Pitch again, grounds out. And another pitch is a single. Let's do another pitch and stolen base. Yikes. Pitch. Ground out, and we're going to win 6-4, and we have taken a 2-0 series lead. A much quicker game than last game, but yeah, we have a 2-0 series lead on Baltimore. Vargas is the player of the game, going 3-for-4 with 2 runs, a home run, 4 RBIs, and a double. Nice. That 4 runs must have came in the 6th, I would assume. Okay, so we have a 2-0 series lead. We've been scoring a decent amount of runs like we did during the regular season, which is good. Now we look out to close the series in Baltimore on the road. Another 7:05 game. Let's see if we could sweep Baltimore and go on to the next round. And yeah, that's good to go. Dennis Tucker is going to be starting game number 3 against Cedeno. Quick manage. I think Baltimore was a better home team than an away team, but we'll see if we could win here. I'm pretty sure Camden Yards, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is pretty much Camden Yards. I'm pretty sure it's a good field for getting home runs in, so we might be able to score a lot of runs in this game. So Dennis Tucker's going to start, and we're going to keep the lineup the same. And let's get going. Let's go through this a little bit quickly to start off with. See if anybody's going to score anything in these first few innings, which so far nobody has. But Baltimore gets the first run of the game. They're up 1-0 now. Let's see if we can bounce back from that. We haven't so far. They're still up 1-0. They have 5 hits. We only have 2 hits, so we definitely need our offense to get going a little bit. Come on, boys. We don't get anything there. Dennis Tucker's still at good energy, so we're going to still keep him in. 6th inning, and we're still down by 1, only with 2 hits. They have 7 hits. Cedeno's tired, so let's see if we can take advantage of that. And we are not going to get anything there. We did get 2 hits, but we do not convert on it. I think we'll keep Tucker in for 1 more inning. And we're still down 1-0, which is good. And now let's see if we can get this game tied up here in the 8th. So Carmen Nunez up to bat. He's going to swing, but they are going to change to Martin Gallegos. He swings and he strikes out. Montenegro singles. We are going to try and get him to steal, and he does steal second, which is great. Now Rick Plummer is up to bat. We're going to get him to swing. He strikes out. Damn it. Garcia up to bat, swings, and he walks. Okay, I'll take that. Fernando Valdez up. Yeah, we'll keep Valdez in. Valdez swings, and he grounds out. That's not good. Dennis Tucker is getting tired, so we're going to replace him with... Oh, I put Casey Mize back as a reliever, which is a little bit weird. I will put in... Yeah, let's go back to Chavez because he still has energy. Crona's still a bit tired from game 1, so... Let's pitch single. That's not good. Actually, let's go through this quickly. They don't score anything good. But we're now down to the top of the 9th. We're still down 1-0. We need to tie this game up if we can. Bronson Bonner is up to bat. Let's get him to swing. He forces a pitching change as their closer comes out, Eli Ramos. Bonner is going to fly out. Sullivan is going to pop up. And our last hope, Eduardo Cortez, is going to fly out as well or something like that. And we're going to lose 1-0 as our offense just does not get it done here in Game 3 in Baltimore. We only had 4 hits in that game, so we definitely deserve to lose that one. Johan Cedeno was the player of the game. He was really good for the Orioles. But hopefully we could bounce back from that loss because their offense was really good in the first 2 games, but that was not a good offensive game by any means. It was a good game from Dennis Tucker in that loss, but it really sucks that we lost only 1-0. So Scott James is supposed to start game number 3. Let me just check. There is an injury to Alberto Vargas. He is going to be back in a few days, which is good, but that is still a big loss considering I believe he's a good contact hitter. So yeah, it's a big loss. Apparently, Hera could be back in 3 to 4 weeks, which means I don't think he'd still be back for a World Series if we get there, but that's good to know that his injury time is not too far away. But let me just take a look at our roster, or wait, our lineup. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Alberto Vargas actually might be able to play injured. I don't know if he'll tell me to replace him or whatnot, but let's get to game number 3, see if we could win the series in 4 games, and hopefully we could have a much better offensive game this time around like we did in the first 2 games. So let's view today's games and get into this one. James versus Rivera. Let's close this series out because James had a really good regular season, so I'm hoping he could do good in the playoffs too. Okay, let's get into this, and James is the starter. That is good for the lineup. Let's advance, and let's get through this a little bit quickly at the start. We don't get anything there. They get 1 run in the first inning, which is not good. At least we're getting hits this game so far, which is something we didn't get last game. We only had 4 hits all game last time. We have 2 hits already. Come on, boys. Oh, my goodness. They go 5-2. That was a terrible inning from Scott James. As we're down 5-0. They have 7 hits already. We're maybe going to have to take James out of the lineup soon. But we do get 2 runs of our own back, which is good. We're down 5-2 now. 7-5 in hits are the lead for Baltimore. Good defensive inning there. Come on, boys. Still down by 3 runs. We'll keep James in still for 1 more inning if we can, or 2, and we're down 7-2. Oh, this is not good. We might be going to a Game 5 situation. Come on, boys. Okay, 7-3. We're still down only by 4, which is not terrible. I think, yeah, we're going to definitely take out James, and I am going to put in Casey Mize. Casey Mize is going to be playing terrible. Oh my god. We're down 12-3 now. That is a terrible inning from Casey Mize coming off the bullpen. are out of the bullpen, and he's not good apparently as a reliever, even though he's a really good starting pitcher sometimes. Yikes, that is not good. 12-3. We are playing like really badly these last few games. Casey's going to play good that inning, which is good. We get 2 runs of our own to make it a 12-5 game, but we're still down by 7 runs, which I don't think we're going to come back from. And they get 3 more runs. We're down now by 10 runs, 15-5. This is a terrible defensive game. And yeah, let's just swing. Single from Valdez. Actually, we'll go through this quickly because we're going to more likely lose this one. Yep, we're going to lose 15-5. And we're going to a crucial game number 5 to see who wins the series. I swear, if we blow a 2-0 series lead, this is not good. Ivan Herrera gets player of the game, 3 for 5 with a run, a home run, 6 RBIs for that guy, and 2 doubles. Jeez. Yeah, that guy has really good contact hitting, so. But we go to a game 5 situation back on home field. We won both of our home games so far, but we lost both of our road ones, being outscored 16-5 in the process, which is not good. And we need to make sure our lineup is good to go for this game. Do we want to start Charlie Selby? I don't think so. I don't want to go back to Chauncey. Do I start the youngster in Matthew McGrath? Probably not. Charlie Selby might be the only option to start for this game. I mean, we could go back to Chauncey, but he will be tired probably for next game. I don't really know. I think we'll probably have to go with... yeah, we'll probably have to go with Selby. Let's go to play next game and go to quick manage and see if we could win this game. Hopefully we could win the series because it's kind of scary now the last few games. So let's get into that. And yeah, I think we'll probably have to start Selby. Even though Chauncey is back to full energy. Same with David Jordan pretty much. I just would rather, yeah, Charlie Selby could start this game, which is a bit scary. Let's go back to our lineup. Vargas is still injured. How has Palmer been in the playoffs so far? Hitting a 267. That's not too bad. Brandon Marsh has been better. I mean, I could take... yeah, I'm going to put take Bronson Bonner out and put Castro back in, I think. Like game 1. And there you go. Okay, so in a crucial game 5, we are back on home field. Let's see what happens. Come on, Charlie. You got this first, man. We give up a run in the first inning again. That's not good. Brennan Malone is pitching this game as well, and that's their 95 pitcher, which is kind of scary. We get a 1 hit at least. Come on, boys. This is a big game. We're getting some hits early, but we aren't converting yet. Still down 1-0. They have 5 hits in 4 innings. I swear we're going to lose 3 straight games, right? Still down 1-0. Our offense just is nowhere to be found. Come on. Oh my god. 6th inning now. They don't score anything. We're still down 1-0, but they do have 6 hits, which is scary. We have 2 hits throughout 5 innings so far. Come on, guys. Let's tie this up. Still down 1-0 going into the 7th. Still down 1-0. My god. Still down 1-0 going into the 8th, and Charlie Selby is tired. We are going to have to make a pitching change, which means we're going to call out... I think we're going to call out James Mayer because of his hits per 9. Yeah, we're going to go with James Mayer for this. So, James Mayer is going to give up another run, and we're down 2-0 now going into the bottom of the 8th. We are going to literally lose 3 straight games to Baltimore, are we? Even though our team, I'm pretty sure, is a lot better than they are. I hope that isn't the case. Okay, bottom of the 8th. Let's swing on this one. We get a walk, which is huge. Garcia has good speed, but apparently he's not good at stealing. I could try and get him to steal, though. And he gets caught stealing. God damn it. Swing, pop up, and another swing, and a ground out. We're going to the 9th down by 2. Which means we're still close. But we are down in hits badly, so we are not playing that good at all. Let's get this inning done. We're still down 2-0 going into the bottom of the 9th. This is where history is made, guys. We need people to show up for this one. Mark Sullivan once again is going to get pinch hit for. Mark Sullivan's a DH. We will bring in Brandon Marsh, I think. Yeah, we'll bring in Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh is going to swing, and they make a pitching change to their closer. Swing from Brandon Marsh, and he gets on base. Huge. And then Eduardo Cortez, who's been pretty good this postseason so far, but he's got no home runs, is going to swing as well, and he doubles. 2 men on scoring position. We have both, like, if we get a home run here, we win the game and the series, which is pretty nuts. Come on, Robbie Harvey. You won the MVP. It's up to you. Swings, and he sack flies to bring in 1 run. Okay, that's good at least. We have a man in scoring position with only 1 out. Carmen Nunez is up to bat. He's not been great so far, but he is a good power hitter. So, swing, strikeout. Oh, no, we're down to our last strikeout with a man in scoring position. It's up to Pierre Montenegro. He had a walk-off in Game 1. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Oh, man, this is scary. He swings, and he scores a run to tie the game up, and we are still alive. And we will go to the 10th inning unless Montenegro could come home off Rick Plummer. Oh, man, this is a historic game right now. Rick Plummer, up to bat, is going to swing, and they make a pitching change. Their closer comes out. In comes Keon Humphrey. Swing from Plummer, and he walks as well. Come on, boys. Garcia, if you hit just like a good enough hit, you could get Montenegro home and we could win this game. A swing from Garcia, and he scores a run, and we come back in the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th, and win 3-2. A very close game in a very close series. We're going to be taking on the Blue Jays in the ALCS again. Holy crap, that was the most amazing game to watch as I've ever seen in this franchise mode so far. Wow. It didn't go 15 innings like Game 1, but we win in the bottom of the 9th, scoring 3 runs. It looked like Baltimore was going to knock us out, but we survive, and Charlie Selby is going to get the player of the game. So big game from Charlie Selby. I love that. Wow. That was quite the game. They sent Joe Green down, which is kind of interesting. The AI did, and they called up Jeremy Grubb. I don't know why the AI is automatically doing that type of stuff, but whatever. But we're going to be facing Toronto again, and it's Cincinnati and Colorado. So Colorado does knock out San Francisco. Colorado is still the best team in the playoffs with over 100 wins in the regular season. And yeah, they're facing Cincinnati. We face Toronto. Oh, man. Yeah, this is a little bit of a long episode, but it's okay. Let's just take a quick breeze at what our player stats were like in the playoffs. Sullivan was terrible, to be honest, as a DH. That is weird. Oh, glad we finally won, though. So Cortez was really good. Harvey was really good. Nunez was terrible. He never even hit a single run or anything. Had 19 at-bats. Montenegro was really good. Plummer was really good. Garcia struggled. ALDS struggled. And Bonner was actually not terrible. And in our pitching rotation, Charlie Selby was really good in the win. Chauncey was really okay, I guess, in the first game. David Jordan was okay, but not great. Dennis Tucker was probably one of the best, and Scott James was terrible. Let's move James to a reliever maybe instead. Yeah, we'll move James to a reliever instead and put Casey back in. And then obviously going back to this type of thing for the next game. Yeah. Our next series, I should say. Okay, let's take a quick look at what Toronto looks like, and then that'll be it for this episode, because we are running pretty long into this episode. But for the Blue Jays, their pitching rotation looks pretty similar to what it was last year, I think, when we played them. Yeah, that's a really good rotation. Their bullpen, pretty solid. They do have some 75s, which is a little bit bad, but they do still have pretty good relievers and stuff. Dylan File, our former player, is a closer, which is weird. Interesting. And then in terms of their lineup, I'm assuming it's mostly the same as well. Yeah, it looks pretty much the exact same as last year, I think. They do have former players like Brock Deathridge and Akil Badu, though. And bench-wise, some other interesting players. I don't find them like a crazy good team, but they do have good contact hitting again, so we can't count them out. And then in terms of like the standings during the regular season wise, as you can see, they're 8th in contact, which is their strong suit. Everything else is pretty average, but they are pretty solid. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Tigers franchise mode. So in next episode, we will take it to the ALCS against the Toronto Blue Jays as we look to get to the World Series for the first time in our series. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.